As we promised in our last podcast, this one's going to be a little bit chaotic, a little bit mad.
Bit different.
Bit different. We're at the London Craft Beer Festival, 800 different beers, so many different brewers. Wish us luck. That way? That way.
So, second beer out of the trap. The first one was to lubricate. The second one is to taste. So, Anspach Hobday, we're having London Black.
So London Black, you've told me, is one of the top-rated beers in London recently.
Certainly in the top 10.
Top 10. It's a nitro stout. People are going to say Guinness because it looks like Guinness. It's not. It's got more chocolate notes. We'll get into tasting in a minute. Anspach Hobday, local originally to the London Craft Beer Festival. They were founded in Bermondsey and have recently moved down to Croydon. Someone's got to. Let's give it a go.
We're south of the river anyway, so
yeah,
what
true,
would you do?
Valid.
Cheers.
And it was at this point we realised we'd have a problem at the London Craft Beer Festival when we were on number 2 in 20 minutes and already sounding like we're on number 12. So what we've decided to do...
It was a bit hefty. Yeah.
What we've decided to do, and you will understand why as you listen to this podcast, as it gets further on, we get more and more dribbly and less coherent, is we have chosen our 3 favourites from the day. And we're just going to give you little snippets, a little bit more information about each of those 3. So bear with us. Probably won't be doing Choose Your Fighter this week because it's a bit all over the shop, but we'll do our normal stuff. And your joy is hearing us drinking, I think we ended up working out it was 23 small beers, and you will hear the exit bit, which I've listened to more than once and thought, how can I delete that? But unfortunately, it's out there. So, Matt, we started off with an Anspach Hobday, if you couldn't hear that from the clip, which was London Black. Tell me.
Yeah, the London Black, which is the baby partner, or the baby sister to their porter. So London Black is 4.4%. The porter is 6.7%.
Wow.
So it's a little bit more hefty. Flavors you got on there are the roast coffee and chocolate, but it's also balanced with red fruit. So it's a little sweeter than Guinness would be. I think you're going to find it somewhere between Guinness and the Black Sheep Porter that we tasted a little while back. That's where it sits. They've been around a while as well, Anspach and Hobday.
Okay.
So,
but this is relatively new.
I think
beer.
You mentioned it earlier.
Yeah, well, it's a relatively new beer because it's only formed in 2021. But it's a small local beer, South London. Moved to Croydon, as you heard us disparagingly say. That was 2 beers. It does get worse. It's probably one of their most important beers now, from what I understand.
Yeah, one of their biggest sellers. Certainly.
And you were telling about it becoming an award-winning beer.
Yeah, so as part of the London Craft Beer Festival, we drink beer. Well, we are beer. Sorry, not we drink beer.
Well, we do that as well.
I'm still, yeah. I'm still a little bit after the other day. I didn't drink at all on Sunday, which is really rare for me.
Wow.
But yeah, I absolutely couldn't go near any form of alcohol on that day. So yeah, we were saying they commissioned a review of the beers within the UK, and this came quite high up on their list.
Okay.
So it's not in it's in the top 5, I think.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I remember when we tried it there, it was real chocolate, but you said there's red fruit to it. So it was almost like London had gone, oh, look at Guinness. How can we twist that and make that work for us? It was creamy and a gentle roasted malt. It wasn't quite as bitter, but it still had that nitrogen that gave you smaller bubbles than you get in a normal lager or beer, and that smoothness, as you said before, when we've done this. So it's not basically London Guinness, but it's not. It didn't remind me of Guinness apart from the colour and the look.
The only thing I would say is it's porter. It's
Right.
nitro driven as well, so you have got that thick taste to it. Mouthfeel,
Right.
very creamy.
Creamy.
But all of the creamy, yeah. But all of the flavors are kind of smoothed out, so they're not all jarring. Because of the mouthfeel and because of the
Gotcha.
nitro nitro-driven mouthfeel.
And it's interesting. I think maybe for this one, let's just have a round of knockouts. So if we're going to look at Guinness versus London Black, it's not for choose your fighter. This is just we're going to compare like for likes in each category. I think Guinness is quite bitter. London Black was a lot more chocolate and complexity to it. I don't know if you agree.
Yeah, for me, Guinness still wins, hands down, because it just does. But this is a really good honourable mention because it's more complex in a way.
Yeah.
So it's got those fruits, it's got that chocolate. The sweetness of it isn't really for me, but it's within a kind of bandwidth that I'd be more than happy to drink.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm talking about food. We got to match food. We always say that. It's one of those where it's an oysters drink, isn't it? That saltiness of the oysters with the fruitiness of the stout. I always say chocolate brownies whenever a porter's involved. So I'm going to cop out and go
desserts, easy. Barbecue meat. So if you've got that kind of charred, smoky, taste, you slightly sweet barbecue sauce.
Anything with that umami, yeah.
Yeah, and also, to be honest, slow cooked. Anything slow cooked or braised over time, because it just balances out that sweetness, balances out the kind of taste that you got there. So, or the fat side. So, yeah,
really good.
That's a really good one.
If you get a chance, as I say, London Brewery, South London, now moved to Croydon, but hey, someone's got to use the line twice. We now move on in our tasting, and good luck trying to understand what we're saying as we carry on, and we'll see you on the next clip. On to beer number 3, and we've headed down to Cornwall to St Ives Brewing Company to be precise, and we're trying a pint of Slipway, or not a pint,
a small amount, 3,
a mouthful or 2, a mouthful or 2 of Slipway. Tell me about Slipway.
It's a NEPA, 5% NEPA, so you should be getting a lot of fruit.
Lots of fruit.
Lots of citrus.
Yep.
It's the haze, reasonable head on it. So let me taste.
There we go. And I think you can already hear this is beer number 3, and these were relatively small glasses. It was a very hot day. We possibly weren't hydrating, but beer number 3, we moved on to the St Ives Brewery and Slipway. You had a little bit about it there, but let's talk at a level you can understand without the rave music going on in the background. So Matt, tell us about Slipway.
So Slipway from the St Ives Brewery. It's their flagship session IPA. Well, it's a New England IPA, so it's an NEPA. 5%. The hops they're using are Simcoe and Idaho 7. So it gives it really fruity, big apricot flavour, passion of fruit characters. There's a little bit of spice in there as well. And then there's the oat driven mouthfeel. So it's quite a soft drink as well. This was possibly one of my favourites on the day.
Yeah,
I thought it was great beer.
St Ives Brewery, founded in 2010, and now has its own production brewery and tap room in Hale, alongside its St Ives locations. It was a fun stand to be up with the traditional Cornish stuff going on with surfboards and everyone being rather relaxed, and slightly more than the third that we should have had was being poured into the glasses. Don't tell them off, London Craft Beer. We truly appreciated it. Taste-wise, as you say, it had all that passion fruit. You love a passion fruit, I know you do. Peach, slightly floral.
There was a floral taste to it, or floral smell.
No real bitterness. It felt like a drink you could drink in Cornwall on the beach, having gone surfing.
Yeah, I felt that there was that spice and there was a certain bitterness to the right on the back end, but and because it wasn't kind of juice. It wasn't like you're drinking pints of fruit juice. There was still that beer flavour through it.
You'll hear on a few of the clips that we did try sours, we did try goes, we even tried something really bizarre in Greek that you'll hear about in a bit. But this was it just felt like a really refreshing, fruity, as you say, still slightly bitter, hazy NEPA. It was just good. So you say it's your favourite, but why was it your favourite beer to drink?
I think the combination of flavours.
Yeah.
And actually, it was one of the first beers of the morning that I actually really liked. I mean, the London Black's a great beer. That was fine. Then we went on to another one which we didn't record, which for the life of me I can't remember. But again, it was just Nah, so.
Yeah,
And then we had this, and this kind of blew my socks off at the time. It's the flavour. It was served very cold. They served
yeah.
it in slightly larger measures.
Thank you.
And I think it's the spice that I like,
Yeah,
and it's there is certainly a hint of spice in there that I really
yeah.
quite enjoyed. It's a fruit juice bomb, really.
You know what?
So-
It reminded me of a fuller flavoured neck oil in that it had that fruit first, but without that slightly
Yeah.
watery downness. It still had the bitterness, it still had the sparkle, it had the lightness, but it wasn't just like a fizzy. It felt like neck oil should have been.
Yeah, neck oil that is dulled down by I think there's a heaviness to it, and that didn't have that. That was completely light.
Yeah, and it was a really. When we were doing Choose Your Fighter, I'd probably place it against neck oil. And for me, you'll drink drinkability, you'll drink neck oil all day, every day, but that's probably to do with availability more than anything else. Flavour-wise, I thought Slipway was softer, hazier, probably a bit more tropical to it.
Slightly more hazy, yeah. Exactly, a lot more tropical.
Yeah.
And on a hot day, it really kind of sung.
Yeah, did it? And it was a hot day. And character-wise, again, we actually had a neck oil that day when we went for dinner afterwards, believe it or not. I remember buying one. I'm not entirely sure I remember drinking it. But I do remember that Slipway and us both standing there, and we've got a couple of clips of it, which we won't post. We both swore a little bit and went, oh, that's rather good. So that was beer number 3, as I recall.
Yeah. So they do a 5%. So they do a 0.5%.
0.5%.
Non-alcoholic, low alcohol, 0.5 alcohol-free version, which runs alongside it. And for me, I haven't tasted that one yet, and it's been an interesting one to taste because of the massive amount of fruit. I think you're not gonna miss the
alcohol,
the heaviness and the alcohol in it.
I think you're probably right.
I'd be interested to have a go.
I'd have a look at that one. It's actually I tried the Alpacalypse by Salt a while back, and suddenly really like that. But it's another beer that's, if I see it, I'm definitely going to have it. So if we were doing a Choose Your Fighter one-off fight, then it would beat neck oil for me, because I actually would. I actually want to see it and find it again. Although 5% at a session IPA based in Cornwall, I think the session probably ends with the RNLI picking you up on a boat
on a dinghy.
Gone for a swim in a badly mistaken idea. Food-wise, we haven't done, but all the things we always say about NEPAs, I'm going to say it first. Fish tacos. Fish tacos
is in there. Grilled chicken, any light barbecue, burgers is the one they actually say.
Yeah,
spicy citrus dressed salads, spicy street food.
I love the fact you struggled to say the word salad.
Cheeses. Yeah, today I am.
I'm not saying the word salad in a happy way. Chicken, any of those sort of citrusy, spicy foods, it would absolutely. Bitterness can still cut through the facts. You were right, there was that element of bitterness to it. But it just felt full and rounded, and you kind of went, oh, it's gone. And then we thought, we're going to get another one. Then we realised there were another 797 beers that we should attempt to look at, if not try. Yeah. So from there, we moved on. And you're going to get a couple. And you're also going to appreciate the fact that either Matt can't count or we forgot to record several beers. You choose which one that one is.
Orbit beers. We've tried 2. We didn't video the first one, which was a tzatziki sour, which is basically like drinking battery acid then being smacked in the face by a bunch of cucumbers.
Yeah.
But all I can taste now is tzatziki, and all I really want is a chicken souvlaki. But that's by the by. What are we drinking?
We are drinking Peel Wit, which is a wit beer.
Why?
From Orbit Brewing. We are, because we're here to test.
We are.
We're here to taste. We're here to push our boundaries.
Yeah.
So this is a 4.9% wit beer. You're going to be tasting wit beer. Banana. It's the... Yeah.
I've so far put this to my mouth 4 times, and I've not had a sip of it. Give it a go.
It's actually a lot less banana than
not as much banana as I was expecting.
Oh no, it comes through at the back end.
Oh good, thanks for letting me know. Oh god, it's like one of those foamy banana sweets you had as kids.
Really.
After the tank fastics of this last weekend's episode. Well, luckily we only had a third to get through.
Yeah.
Orbit beer, the tzatziki sour. If you like a sour, if you like something different, well worth hunting out.
It's Yeah, that tzatziki
It's really
sour
clear
was
for a
crap.
white beer.
It is. It's all right. If you like a wit beer, it's all right. If you're not, which is
I
us,
think we've punished ourselves
we
now.
punished
Let's go
ourselves.
find
We can
stuff we
go
like.
get stuff. Thank you very much.
On to beer number
Six.
You're doing very well at counting, Mr.
I am
I'm
counting.
thoroughly impressed. And this time we headed over to the 5 Points Brewing Company. Tell me more.
This is the XPA Extra Pale Ale from the 5 Points Brewing Company. 4% ABV. It's an extra pale ale, even paler and hoppier than it's the
Paler?
5 Points Pale.
Even paleo.
Paler.
Excellent. Is that a word?
No,
Okay.
paler.
Brilliant.
Possibly.
It's really, really
But then
nice.
after 6 beers,
Oh,
I'm doing all right. I'm standing
That's
up.
our first proper handful, so not as ice cold as the others, which means we get a lot more of the flavours and the hops coming through.
Yeah.
Our better halves are enjoying a berry fruit sour. They should have their own podcast, tasting beers that we've just gone
We won't drink.
at
Yeah.
every time we've tried it. It's really, really good.
It's Citra and Galaxy, so the hops are really coming through. They've used low colour
Malt.
Marisotta
Yeah.
and some oats within it, just to give a slight haze. Absolutely cracking bits, as always.
Over to Carol Vorderman for beer number
7.
Hey, he's got it. Where are we this time?
That took me a minute for a second. Right, so we are in Chelmsford. We are drinking Shortwave, 2.8% beer from
Table beer, yeah.
Table beer from the
Radio City
Radio
Brewery.
City Brewery.
Fascinating fact about the Radio City Brewery. In one of our earlier episodes, I think it's episode 2, you talk about trying this £10 pint from a brewery. You called it Siren at the time. It's the only podcast we've ever done where we've gone back and corrected ourselves. And it was from the Radio City Brewery. It was Pick Your Fighter, not Choose Your Fighter. So we are drinking this in homage to a section you have to put up with every single week on the podcast, and that we still haven't nailed down to how it works. After 16 episodes. But we will. We'll get there. So Radio City, what should we get? Oh, for a 2.8, that's decent.
It's got a real heft to it.
Yeah. They can normally be quite washed out. You don't get any flavour after the first mouthful, but that lingers. You've got caramel coming through.
Yeah, it's not for me. There is something of the Belgian beer about it.
There is banana to it. It has a banana hiding in the background, in a cape.
I think it's like the yeast they use. So that's what I have a problem with some of the Belgian beers.
Yeah.
The yeast they use is not to my taste, and I think it's this one.
This is
A decent beer, but
table
not
beer.
really not for
I'm
me.
not going to find it on my table.
No, I wouldn't drink this again. But the Pick Your Fighter, I'm happy to drink that, but they're not serving
They're
it.
not selling that, so we didn't try that.
yeah.
Oy vey. Looking
Oh, well.
around, we've got choices galore to go here.
Yeah,
I'm
full
more
circle
concerned by
over
the
there.
fact that behind us is the Go stand.
Oh.
And both of our wives are looking at us going,
Can we go in there, please? Yeah.
now please. Here we are, Carol,
Number 8.
number 8. Fluent in his numbers, so he is.
Oh, I can
and this
add up
time
in it.
again, because we believe in trying things because you want us to, not because we want to, we've gone to Timmermans. Timmermans, from my memory, is one of the oldest breweries going, since 1702 in Belgium. And we're going to try the Creek Black Pepper. I didn't know when I got this that Creek meant cherry.
Really?
Sorry, mate.
Cherry really isn't my favourite of any of the fruits, but with black pepper it might be nice. I'm not 100% sure.
Wow.
No, that's vile.
I'll disagree. It tastes like a cordial, though.
No, it does, but it's just the cherry. I don't even eat cherry sweets.
So it does taste like boiled down cherry
It
sweets.
does like cherry sweets.
I mean,
So
there's marzipan in there as well from the cherry stones.
Yeah.
There's gentle tartness around it. It's not a Goes, though. This is a lambic beer.
this is a lambic beer.
And the only bit I do know more about lambic beer than yourself is because it's a unique way of brewing it.
There
So
is.
they brew them in these like shallow pots called cool ships. That's what they're called cool ships. And they do them in the open air, so the natural yeast comes in and ferments it,
Ferments it from
which is
there,
what
yeah.
causes the flavour. It's then transferred to oak barrels where it's aged for around 2 to 3 years. It's really, really different.
So for a beer that has been sat in an oak barrel for 2 years, that's clear as a bell.
Clear as a bell. Wow, very different. Would I have it again? Not sure. We've got peach and cardamom being tasted by one beautiful wife, and we've got a strawberry and lime. Or is that old moot? I get confused.
That's old moot.
Different. Not for me.
Different and not for me.
But if you're looking for something fruity, something light, and you're addicted to Robinson's summer fruit squash, give it a go.
Oh, you like cherries? Because it is cherry.
Well, I'm glad that we self-edited that last line that you attempted to use, because there's no way that would have pleased the explicit.
Oh, no, that would
We're on to beer number. Actually, I don't care what number it is anymore. We've had enough beers, but we're still enjoying them. This one is?
This is Rhodey from the Signature Brew Company.
Has to have the funkiest stand we've seen here so far. Disco lights, which at 12:30 on a hot sunny day are kind of pointless. Blaring music, great big crowd, fantastic beer. We're having the Rhodey.
Rhodey, 4.3%. Their IPA, a session IPA. The whole ethos is about beer and music.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I've been on that stand. It was really working.
It was like Metroland when we did 2 tribes way back when.
Yeah,
very thoughtful about arts and music.
Yeah, but they were very.
These are a little bit more
in your face.
In your face, hardcore. Yeah.
So let's see what it tastes like.
Oh, that's good. Nice and light.
And to be honest,
decent session.
It's a lot more in your face than the 2 tribes was.
That was quite low. That was 3 something, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it was also insipid, whereas this has got a kick to it.
I don't think you called it insipid on the episode.
No, I think I called it something else.
Yeah, you did.
But we hit that explicit button again.
Yeah, you got to go back and listen to that. I think that was episode 2.
Yeah,
go back and give it a go. This is really good. Like this.
Yeah, I like this beer as well.
Signature Brew, Rhodey IPA, session beer. Well worth giving it a go.
Happily drink that all afternoon.
Well, you can't, you've run out.
Go on. No, after you.
Continuing our tour around the London Craft Beer Festival in Southwark
about
Park.
100 yards away from the...
We are 100 yards away from where we started. There are 4 big beer tents. We've navigated one and a bit of the other one because it was quite a bit too busy for us. We've ended up in the Oakham tent trying Citra. Tell me more.
Single hop Citra beer. Session IPA. Strangely enough, 4.2%. Absolutely cracking beer. Gold coloured.
So pale. Oh, it's such a good beer. It's almost like art simplicity. We talked about going back when we were the beer name slipped my head, and it's just about 9 different hops and literally chucked the hop catalogue into it. And yes, it had so many notes.
That was 7 Giraffes.
7 Giraffes. With the elderflower and the caramel, it was brilliant. No, it wasn't 7 Giraffes, it was one before 7 Giraffes. This is just clean, single hop, does what it does, and it does it really, really well.
It's got lychee, grapefruit, I suppose the tropical fruits. A really, really good beer. Simple and not too strong to you carry on drinking.
Do the basics brilliantly.
Exactly.
Amazing.
My 2 takeaways from listening to that is we were far drunker than I thought we were.
You thought, yeah.
Yes, it was 7 Giraffes, which is still our Choose Your Fighter champion. And I think I described it as someone threw the hop catalogue into the barrel while making it. But at the time, my brain could just concentrate on the one title of beer, which was Citra by Oakham. And even then, I was struggling to remember the hops that was in it. So that was a bit of a challenge. I don't even know where we were, but we'd gone less than a third of the way round, and we'd skipped so many beer tents. You'd had an experience with a mad guy in a rock shirt at that point who was telling you all about their amazing beer that was 11.9% that we were desperately trying to avoid pressing the wrong button to get it auto-dispensed to us.
That's right, with the auto-dispense machine. Yeah, I remember that. God.
And that was just before we'd had that one. So Oakham's Ales Citra. You said it was 4.2. They normally around 4.6 in a bottle from my memory. One of my personal faves, and one of the things that got me into IPAs full stop was the Citra. What can you tell us? It's a bit more coherent than we were on the day.
So this is one of the most famous beers. It's probably the first, or one of the first at least, single hop beer in the UK. Mm-hmm. And that is because it was just Citra. The brewing director went on a trip to America, mm-hmm. sourced the Citra, and they rushed it back to the UK, and they made 100% Citra hop beer. So what you're getting is big grapefruit, lychee, gooseberry.
Definitely.
Slightly acidic.
Yeah.
Beer, slightly acidic fruits.
Mango.
And,
yeah. But a really dry, bitter taste. Because you have the sugar or the sweetness from the hop, it wasn't that claggy taste that you get from some bitters. It was a really...
Exactly.
It's not thick and
it was
hazy
with
fruit juice.
And the malt was kind of... They've kind of muted the malt taste out of it. So it really does. That Citra just comes hammering through. It was on the day, again, on a hot day.
Yeah.
It really helped. It kind of woke me back up again. There were one or two, it was like a palate cleanser.
Yeah, I mean, it's important to remember that actually we've mentioned that Citra was in a couple of the beers we tried on this episode, and in numerous beers that we've tried before. Citra was new when Oakham first brought it over. It was new to the UK. And this was back in 2009, so we're not even talking last
20 years.
Well, 20 years. We're talking less than 20 years ago. They're the first ones to bring it over. And then just to be so confident in it, to go, you know what, we're not going to risk mixing it with a Kent Goldings or a whatever. We believe this is the right flavour, and to produce as much as they are of it, and for it to have won Camera Champion Golden Beer of Britain twice now, that I recall, 2014 and 2019 was on the stand. It just kind of gave British drinkers this chance to experience American hops. Anything wrong with British or European hops, but it was just so different flavour.
Yeah, and to be honest, again, it was one of those ones where it was one I was looking forward to drinking. It's not easy to get hold of, really, where we are, or where I am. I have to send away for it.
Yep.
But it was one I was looking forward to tasting again, because I've tasted it in the past, but it was I'd like to have had a whole pint of it.
There were a couple of stands when we were there. So there were a couple of stands while we were there. So there was the Oakham stand with Citra, and they had another one that almost had sort of raspberry notes to it. And then there was also, we saw the brewery from the Kirklees Brewery that now does Double Diamond. We saw that one as well. That had a couple of Three Swords and some other good traditional ales. But other than that, they felt like that being rude to them, they felt like the grandfather stalls. They felt like like they'd been there for 20 years, and this craft beer festival had grown up around them. Do you know what I mean? They were the ones that had they built two bars, so you could sit there on a bar stool leaning on whereas the rest of them were like, I mean, we talked about Signature with their disco lights and the pumping music and the bass, and then there was a disco tent around the corner where everyone was raving. And then you had these two little islands of traditional. The Kirklees had a proper wooden bar with tankers hanging up and proper hand pulls. They just felt like these two old beers have been around for ages, and craft beer grew because of them, in my mind.
Draft Bass did exactly the same
Bass
thing.
was there too. Yeah.
Proper job, similar. No, we didn't go to the Bass one because it's one that we've drunk for years and years and years.
And interesting, with Proper Job, we went to Proper Job, and the queues were actually for the giveaway stuff, not for trying the beer. So we got served really quickly there, so we like that one. Remember, we had Proper Job. See, just remember that. And then food matching. Oakham had a little tent card on their bar, which is interesting. Not many of them did, that talked about foods that should go with it. It's recommended sort of Italian tomato and basil food to go with it.
Well, the head brewer is a qualified beer sommelier.
Okay.
So that's why they're really into that kind of pairing up. Italian food, basil, tomatoes. Then they talk about oriental dishes, but spicy ones. Beef and venison, so something kind of hefty to take away. Again, with that gooseberry and grapefruit. Again, it strips the fat out of things. Yeah, so it's got that bitterness to it.
They talk about pizza as well, back to that tomato and basil. And actually, I could see that because it felt really, really, really fruity. It was it was one of our lists we said we had to go and see, and there's plenty we did go and see, but it's one we were quite excited to round the corner and say, ha, found it. We did try and go to Vault City. We did try and go and get the Iron Brew Sour that you've been craving for ages.
It just ran out when I stepped up. They put it to say it's run out. I have never drunk it because at every place I've gone, or beer festival or whatever else, they've always run out. And I do want to taste it, and I will order it, but it's my bogey one. If I've not been everyone, it's always run out. That's madness.
It's escaping from you. So those for us were the 3 beers that really, really hit home for different reasons at the London Craft Beer Festival. We've got one more clip to show you at the end of this, which just proves how bad you get when you spend 5 hours drinking a third of pints, as many as you can get. There were some great brewers there. We were great. We enjoyed the Mad Squirrel Brewery. We had some Roadkill from there, which was brilliant. Roadie from the Citra Brewery. We really, really enjoyed that. I say we had some Proper Job. That was proper. A number of different ones. Lots of Danish, Devonish and Cornish beers that were out there too that were really good, and some Gozes. Not for me, but the ladies thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a great day, and if you get a chance, I shall certainly try and go next year, but I may pace myself a little bit better. But
no, you won't.
No,
you won't.
I absolutely won't.
Because we felt that we were pacing ourselves, and
you'll hear the clip of us leaving in a minute, and you'll know we didn't.
No.
But it was a great day out, and thoroughly enjoyed, and slightly different podcast from us this week. And I hope you enjoyed hearing us get slowly trolleyed while tasting different beers. No way we could taste 800, and we very quickly realised, well, after number 2, we very quickly realised with the volume, the noise, and our capacity for alcohol, we would not be able to record the entire episode there. Maybe next year we should tell them we're coming, get our own soundproof booth, and get beers brought to us. That could be even more dangerous.
That would be messy.
That would
but
be very.
It was good in the end. We managed to. We acquitted ourselves well.
We
tasted
got our
everything we
money.
wanted to. We tasted everyone we wanted to. We were still reasonably compassed towards the end. We were still ambulatory.
Well,
I
was. It was downhill. And we got a taxi, to be fair, mate. So we weren't that ambulatory.
I didn't need to be, so it was all right. But yeah, it was pretty cool. I had an absolutely blinding time. It was so well organised. It was so well staged. The people were fantastic. It was all very relaxed. We went in the daytime. There was an evening session as well. Yeah. We went in the daytime because
we're old.
Well, we're getting older.
Yeah.
And we were out by what time did it finish? Kicked off.
We were out.
They stopped serving at 3.
Yeah,
we were out by
ready to go.
4.
It was fantastic. If you get a chance to go, London Craft Beer Festival, we shall certainly be there next year. Hopefully being a little bit more organised in our review of the podcasting. But I hope you enjoyed listening to our snippets from there and our reviews of the 3 beers we've done. We're back to normal next week, and we've got a couple of really exciting beers. And don't forget, our season finale is with our favourite beer from one of our favourite breweries, which is Mad Squirrel and Sumo. That'll be what we end on for this series. It will end. It'll start again because we enjoy doing it, whether you're listening or not. And welcome to all our listeners. So if you are one of them, don't forget, click that like, subscribe, download on all your favourite podcasts. Follow Matt on Beer Together 123. No, I'm
Beer Tasting 123.
You're Beer Tasting 123.
Beer Tasting 123.
Oh dear, I haven't sobered up from Saturday either yet. And on that note, his name is Matt.
And he is Elton.
And we are Beer Together. We'll see you next Friday. Take care.
Made it to the end.
Made it to the end.
Just.
Everyone's leaving, streaming out of the place.
And I have no clue how many beers we had in the end.
I'm pretty certain 20 plus, but they were only
30 beers.
30 mil, if that. Some of them were 100 mil, because they were very strong.
It's great to see some new beers, to try some new things, and to have our beautiful other halves
taste new beers.
For us.
Yeah, for us, because there's one of them.
I have no idea.
One or two of them I was never, ever going to drink.
But if you get a chance, London Craft Beer Festival.
Next year.
Give it a go.
For it.